Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to SimCity, and welcome back to Nerdberg. Things are going surprisingly well at the moment, considering we just had an earthquake that leveled a pretty important chunk of this residential space you can see right in front of you. We lost a school, a fire station, a medical clinic, and a police station. All of those things have since been replaced, and not only have they been replaced, but off there in the background, we have another high-rise coming up. The population has bounced back amazingly well, and I'm really, really pleased about that. I'm also really pleased about the fact that Omega Co franchises are doing really well at this end of the city. It almost has a cyberpunk vibe, which honestly, I really appreciate. I kind of really like the cyberpunk vibe going on here. I also really liked Cyberpunk 2077, and much like Cyberpunk 2077, this game was considered terrible at launch as well, so there's a lot in common between SimCity and Cyberpunk 2077, I like to think. The fact is, I enjoyed both of them. I think they're both pretty good. I'll be honest, I had fun with them. They might not have been masterpieces, but I had fun with them, and I think that's what counts. It's a video game, after all. Now, we are going to run into some trouble, and I think it's going to be sooner than later. And we're going to run into trouble with the budget, because at the moment, Omega Co is turning $12,600, or Somalians rather, in profits. If/when that goes away, which it will, there is only an 8-month supply of oil underneath this oil well. We're going to be presented with a choice. We're either going to have to close up the Omega Co stuff, or we're going to have to import oil. And it's going to be the same story down here with the ore mine. There's 14 months worth of ore underneath this mine, so the oil's going to run out first. So we might have to import it, and it might be a problem. Now, you might notice around the city there's a lot of these speech bubbles popping up. That's because I actually went and canceled the request to have Sims visit the House of Worship because they just weren't doing it. I figured there was no point. I'm gonna cancel the Petroleum HQ thing as well, because honestly, I don't really care too much about it, and I'm probably not gonna build Big Ben, so we're gonna cancel that too. And that presents us with a lot of Sims with a lot of requests. So let's see what Omega Co wants, because they make us money and they're important. All right. Hey, Mayor ConflictNerd. Omega Co is seeing massive growth. We need corporate oversight. And Omega Co HQ will keep us all on message and help us synergize new solutions to problems that no one has yet. All right. I do think an Omega Co HQ might not be a bad idea. We could, well, I don't know if we can afford it, but we'll check in a second. What have you got for me down here? If you're ready to make this town a full-on mining town, you need a metals HQ. No, we're probably not going to do that one. That's unlikely, I would say. I would say that's definitely unlikely. Ah, Mayor ConflictNerd, so glad you could join us. Just think of all the dreadful misdeeds and crimes we will commit. Bless your cold, villainous heart. Yeah, we've talked to this guy already. I'm probably not going to build Vu Tower. I'll be honest with you. I do want to see what City Hall has to say about policing, though. Really curious on that one. Hey, Mayor, we have reports of some crazy guy that calls himself Dr. Vos threatening the... Oh, we're not doing Maxis Man either. We're not getting superheroes in here. And then what do you want me to build? Let me guess. And we're not building the Brandenburg Gate. I'm not building... Oh my God. And then this is insurance, isn't it? I'm pretty sure this one's just an insurance thing. Hey there, Mayor. I was just riding my hog around Nerdberg and I thought this would be a perfect spot for a progressive office. I asked around and they told me you're the one to talk to if I want to get things done, so here I am. Anyway, you think you could set up a progressive office here and get your city covered? That one I can probably do. I don't remember where exactly it is. It's probably in... It'll be in one of these categories, I'm sure. Genuine, wait, is that it? What is this? That's a hospital. That's not a progressive office at all. That's a police precinct. That's the progressive office. Okay. So with the progressive office, your city buildings will be covered against catastrophes. You can insure your buildings and get some money back if you're hit by a disaster. Adjust your coverage rate to change how much you receive. This thing's also free. So, I mean... I feel like we definitely should build it. And I'm also kind of feeling this spot here. So that park over there might cause some problems. Anyway, what about here? That's kind of a cool spot. Or like there. I don't know what, I think this one. I think that's kind of where it's going to go. So that will probably keep us good. premium cost is 5,000 a month? Oh. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. We do have modern industry growing though, which is nice. So that's great, but that thing is, yeesh. That's a lot of money that's going to cost. I don't love it. I don't love how much that's going to... Oh, what do you guys want? What is this? Is this going to be about mega towers? Yeah. Hey, Mayor, Nerdberg cannot infinitely sprawl out across the region. We need to build up, not out. Envision, if you will, a future where Sims live in massive multi-story towers called mega towers. Everything a Sim needs will be available in the same building. Let's make sure this vision of the future becomes a reality, Mayor. Let's build a mega tower. Now that one I probably will do as well. I don't know if we will actually build it in Nerdberg, but again, very cyberpunk to build a mega tower. This really does. Cities of Tomorrow, really, there's a lot of similarities between it and cyberpunk. It's weird. Anyway, we are having some issues at the moment. There is a bit of a worker shortage in a few spots, specifically down here in a lot of this new commercial zoning. So what I was thinking was, well, for one, bulldoze you, but for two, I'm thinking of getting rid of some of these shops and then replacing them with a little bit of industry, because we do have demand for industry. So we might as well get a couple of new factories. I don't think it would hurt. And I mean, the pollution's going to blow out to the region anyway. So whoever's downwind of us or whatever city that ends up being might have some problems. I don't know if it actually works that way. I really don't, but it'd be kind of funny. I'm going to be honest. I think it'll be kind of funny if it turns out that when I get to whatever it's called, Elm Grove, I have a massive pollution problem coming from Nerdberg. That was not the button I was looking for. I just think it'll be funny. I really do. So I'm gonna sort of look forward to that and also sort of not look forward to that one. I'll be real. Pay my premium. How do I pay my premium? What? So coverage begins next month. Coverage rate 50%. Oh God. Oh, I don't love this. I don't love the idea. We're down to, oh my God, Omega Co is down to 5,000. That's really not good. That means that the progressive office might be about to start taking money from me in a big way. We're not making enough to maintain that. This might be a disaster. This really might end up being a disaster. But we'll see. We'll sit, we'll be patient, and I'm sure everything will be okay. I'm also kind of thinking that I might go in and just rebuild some of these areas, because we have some sort of weird zoning going on in here. Like there's just a giant building in the middle of this lot where there could be other buildings. It's kind of the same in here as well. I don't really know what to do. I'm kind of wondering what would happen if I got rid of this road. It's going to get rid of the park and ride, but honestly, fair enough. I'm also going to just de-zone that entire square. So all these buildings can go away. And then I'm just going to, fill the entire square with commercial zoning. And I just want to see what happens. I want to see if we do get a nice square of big buildings, or if they are still going to be kind of weirdly spaced out. Like we have this big guy coming up. We have this little guy coming up. I'm just hoping that maybe it does something for us. If it does, then it means I'm going to have to open up a few of these squares to get some taller buildings, but I'm willing to do that. It's not really the end of the world. I'm also thinking I kind of want to get another sort of futuristic thing in here. So like this is the AR Athletics Center. We could put it in this space. We could get Millennium Plaza. I think it will get rid of that building though, which I really don't want to do. And same with like up here. I do want to get more Cities of Tomorrow stuff in here. I don't necessarily know where to put it. I guess there might be fair enough. That might be a decent little spot. We'll do it there. Why not? We'll throw something kind of futuristic in there. We'll update a lot of these buildings. Hopefully that's going to lead to some better buildings in here. But this, oh my God. They all just immediately modernized. That's kind of wild. But this is what I'm looking for, right? If we're going to have buildings right next to each other, I want this. It just looks really cool. And honestly, all these futuristic buildings also happen to look really cool. And also, we're really close to 30,000 people. We're like really, really close to 30,000 Sims in here. So if we could do that, it would be kind of great, because I do want to come over to City Hall, and we just went down to 25,000. Great. Fantastic. That's just what I didn't want, was it to drop down to 25,000 people. Okay. Well, hopefully it'll pick back up. Because we do have, I'm pretty sure these are both residential towers coming up right there. So that's hopefully going to help us out. What the hell are you? Oh, that's apparently, I have to imagine that's like, yeah, it's a hotel. Middle class hotel. Oh, fair enough. Are these guys residential? No, they're also commercial. All right. Oh man, how did we just lose like oh. It might be because a lot of these buildings are rebuilding. That would do it. That would definitely do it. I'm also realizing that, yeah, if we want to get these buildings sort of back to back, we probably need to get rid of this road. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of that road. And I guess we'll go ahead and just sort of de-zone that entire space. I'm gonna just bulldoze every building in this area. And we do have demand for commercial, so we'll just go ahead and replace it with commercial zoning. And that should give us a pretty decent bit of coverage for commercial buildings. We should see, hopefully, this space get quite dense. And we are now above 30,000 people. So let's go to City Hall. Let's upgrade City Hall, which looks fantastic with the little roof section right there. And I guess let's get that Department of Education that we've been talking about. Now, annoyingly, it's not going to go central. Why does every city builder have this problem? I think that's about as good as it's going to be. That's as close to central as we're going to get. Unless I want to put this thing in like a different space completely, which we could do. We could put it like there off to the side. But I don't know that I want to do that. I've got to be honest. I could put it way back there. I could put it there. I don't know actually. Suddenly I don't know where to put this thing. We could put it in this new space, like here is relatively central. Oh, what the hell? We're gonna put it there. We're putting it there. Oh no, I don't like that. Can I move? Can I move this? I want to move it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I really want to. I want to put it somewhere else. I'm just gonna put it back there. I don't care. It's not central and it annoys me, but it definitely looks better than it did being right down here in front. So that, at the very least, is a good thing, because now we can get high schools and now we can get universities. And so the quality of education across the entire region can go up, which is exactly what we want. So this is good. It's very good. We're also, I think, seeing, yeah, the medium wealth residential demand is dropping because we're seeing medium wealth towers start popping up. So I think what we should maybe do is look into how the hell we're going to expand. These guys don't like high taxes. Let me get rid of that park and ride. I want to get rid of the park and ride because I want to see if I can maybe turn this square into a tower or something like that. It would be kind of nice to just get a little bit. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, that's exactly what was holding it back. All right. This space as well could probably do with a little bit more. I guess unity is the word I'm going to use to describe what this needs, because I think having the two types of zoning back to back like this is causing problems. So I guess de-zone this. I don't like losing out in residential, but then replace it with commercial. We do have a French police station here, but hopefully this means that we're going to see, you know, this house go away and it all get replaced with commercial. So that's going to be the goal at the very least. Hopefully some bigger commercial buildings can pop up there. And then I guess coming down this way, it's sort of a similar story with a lot of these spaces. It's, you know, this grade school. What the hell is this just like, did these guys just expand their garden into that space? That's kind of wild. Okay. I will say, yeah, I don't think this is going to upgrade. I think the problem is that there's not the room for these buildings to upgrade. So what I'm going to try something. I'm going to pause. I'm going to bulldoze these guys. I'm also going to bulldoze this plaza because that's going to give me some space. And then what I can do is go in here with something like, hopefully, can I fit this plaza in either of those sides? No. Okay, let's pause again. Oh, no, that's rebuilding. So that's going to be huge, which is great. I think what I'd like to do, though, is get something in here to kind of maintain the land value, because this was a relatively well-off space. So let's do this and this, I guess, and that will sort of maintain that land value. And it would be nice, I think, to get a little something in some more of these spaces. So let's see. I don't like the way they're not lined up. That does bother me. It shouldn't bother me, but it really does. I really, really don't like that they're not lined up. There we go. That's better than it was. So that will at least maintain land value. It's going to give us a new tower, which is great. It's honestly a nice little space for parks in general, which is fantastic. Got some nice big buildings coming up down here as well. So that's helping us out. And oh my God, what the hell are you? That is kind of wild. That is an amazing looking building. Good Lord. Okay. I didn't even know this was down here. Wow. All right. Well, that's pretty cool. We got some density popping up down this way as well, which is great. I'm kind of thinking this space could maybe be turned into something. I don't necessarily want to have this be a super wealthy neighborhood, but I think what we could do is get some basic stuff in here. So like an excitatorium to bring up those tech levels a little bit. And then we can throw, I don't know, a little park or a little something in here just to make the place pleasant, I guess. That's a bit too big. That's a bit too big. Let's just go for, I don't know, what is this? A swings playground? Just a little something. Just to ever so slightly boost the quality of life down here. And then maybe, I don't know, we can do a large field. No, we can't. It's too big. Can we do a medium field? Nope. Can we do a small field? We can do a small field with parking. That's that's about the height of luxury down in this neighborhood. And I'm also, ooh, you know, I don't love seeing that there's like really bad land value down here. I also can't do anything about it, interestingly. So I guess we're kind of stuck with that one, which is fair enough. So we'll not worry too much about it. Hopefully those parks will just cheer everyone in those neighborhoods up and make everything okay. And I guess now we look at education, because we do have the ability to build a high school, which has 800 desks. It raises medium wealth land value. It's a pretty good building to have. So I think, I mean, there's a lot of potential for expanding this thing. I kind of like this spot, although I'm pretty sure that is, yeah, that's a high wealth thing. So I don't know that I want rid of that. Although it would be a good place for a high school. It really would. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, where is education the worst? It's over here. There is no high school here. There's only a library. So, okay. In that case, we are going to go and we are going to modernize this space, and we're going to upgrade it a little bit. It's going to be medium wealth because there's going to be a high school here. So high school can go, I want to say right about there. And then we can expand it. We have the buses. We have the gymnasium, which I think can go anywhere. And actually, the gymnasium is going to go right there because that looks great. And then the additional classrooms can be at the side. They can be on top. So let's do them on top. Can I just stack them? They're kind of expensive. They're 500 per hour, but I think I can just stack them into a little tower, which looks ridiculous, but I'm kind of here for it. So that's what that's going to be. We'll get some buses in here. I'm spending a lot of money on this, but we'll do that because then what I can do is use this space next to it for hopefully some kind of park. Hopefully like something like this. It doesn't really matter what it is, just something, I don't know. I mean, does that fit in there? Not really. That's the hot air balloon park. We have some nature we could put in here if we wanted to. I'm kind of hoping for something like this, I think. Just a little bit bigger, and that does give us some nice land value here. So that's going to be the high school with a gymnasium, which means we have higher education here in Nerdberg. So hopefully that's going to encourage people to, I guess, upgrade. Hopefully that's going to bring more people in. And I suppose we should start talking to the Sims. This guy wants to talk about blimps or something. Hey, Mayor ConflictNerd, our city could use more tourists, and I have a retro-futuristic way to get them here. Airships. With an airship hangar, we could float tourists right into the middle of the city and not have to worry about adding the highway traffic. Besides, all the new tourists, they just plain look awesome. Let's lift off, Mayor. I actually don't hate the idea of airships. I'm going to be honest. I've kind of been considering it a little bit. I think an airship hangar would be Interesting. It's 60,000, and apparently I don't have space for it, which is wild to me. We have space in there, but apparently not here, which is disappointing. I don't want to get rid of all those buildings. I absolutely do not want to do that. So I think I'm going to get rid of a bunch of commercial zoning, to be completely honest with you. So this road here, I think, why are there so many people going to that hot dog stand? What the hell? There's legitimately like a mob of people. Although this is just, wait, it's 3. Oh, that's a lot of people probably got out of school. This is actually a really good example of how the AI works in SimCity. You can see that they're just going, like, once the building's full, they go to the next one. This is how the jobs work as well. So basically the first available job to a sim in the morning is the job they will go to. It's weird, but it's also whatever, to be completely honest. I am going to get rid of this road, though. All of that can go away because I want an airship. I don't need an airship. I just want one. It's that simple. I just want, it looks stupid, but I kind of love it. I do. it's kind of great. So, yeah, we're going to do airships. We're going to put that there. And is this thing expandable? What is this? A commuter airship mooring. Okay. I mean, it can fit right there, which is pretty cool. Can I just put this anywhere? Oh my God. You are kidding me. Wait a minute. I actually can. Oh no. Oh my God. Okay. All right. I don't know where to build this. Oh wow. Okay. This is going to get rid of a lot of buildings regardless of where I put it, which I don't love the fact it's going to do that. I really don't love the fact it's going to do that, but I also love the idea of airships to get to work. So we'll put one down there. Wait, is that the only one I can have? Float workers in to fill your city's jobs or send your city's workers soaring out to work in the region. Oh, okay. Right. So that actually, okay. No. So we are just going to put it next to this guy. So this is basically going to bring workers in from the region or send them out to the region. So this is a way that we could, if we go and build another city, we could have workers come in from that city via airship, which is wild. That is kind of ridiculous, but I'm kind of here for it. So that's what we're going to do. Can I get a road right next to this guy? There we go. And let's upgrade you as well. There we go. All right, so we can put a little bit of zoning just in there. And we'll zone all around here. We'll zone all of this as well, and that'll get us a couple of buildings. Honestly, this looks pretty cool. I've got to be honest. Having the airship thing, I mean, it's pretty good. It's definitely pretty good. We're also up to 32,500 people. We've got so many cool looking towers. I think Nerdberg is, as far as the first city I've built in this game in years goes, I like to think of this as a bit of a success. I'm also kind of thinking about a university, and I'm realizing, yes, this thing will increase the tech level of nearby industrial buildings, and you can actually see there in the picture, you can expand the university very similarly to how you build universities in City Skylines campus. And I have seen a couple of comments talking about this, and I think I talked about it in one of these episodes as well. There's a lot of ideas in SimCity that City Skylines has, I think it's fair to say, improved upon. You know, I think SimCity kind of got abandoned relatively quickly. So City Skylines has the benefit of having all that time to, you know, improve itself and add all of these things that we now love and adore about it. I definitely think it's really interesting. And one of the most interesting things about this series for me is seeing all of these ideas that would later sort of, I guess, get perfected in a way in City Skylines. Not that everything in cities is absolutely perfect. It does have its flaws, but it's definitely interesting seeing just the whole development, right? It's interesting seeing that we went from this to that. We're also losing money. Omega Co is letting me down a little bit here. Education's costing me a lot of money too, which I don't love. That's concerning. That progressive premium is also causing problems too. I don't know that I love the idea. I don't care. I think we could probably live with like maybe 20% coverage, right? I think I can deal with that. I don't really feel comfortable spending 5 grand a month. Although it is per month, so I guess, I don't know. I don't know if it's actually that big a deal. It might not be, but regardless, I think, you know, my point still stands about this game and City Skylines and all that stuff. I just think it's really fascinating seeing sort of all of the, I guess just all of the development, all of the sort of similarities and stuff like that. Now, a little bit more focus in SimCity, I think, is needed because we do apparently have a worker shortage somewhere. Yeah, like one building has a worker shortage. It's my house. What? What? What do you mean my house is closed and now? Oh. High taxes and high taxes. Are the taxes really that much of a problem? Is it like, don't like the high taxes, great police coverage around here, taxes are a bit high. Oh, I don't want to lower them because we're not making that much money, but sure, you can have 10% taxes. I don't like that, but hopefully it's going to shut them up. I also don't like that this, like those are 2 pretty good looking buildings that are gone right there, but hopefully, yeah, hopefully that does shut them up. Apparently, what do you mean you don't like high taxes? Oh man, I'm a little worried about that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do though. And I'll tell you what I think might be a good idea. I'm gonna bulldoze some roads around here just to open a little bit more space for some buildings. So all of those roads can go. And my thinking is kind of similar to the space to the north, this space here. Hopefully that leads to some taller buildings. Hopefully it leads to, you know, an extra little bit of density in here. Not 100% sure that it will, but definitely hoping for a little something in here. I think it'd be kind of cool. So hopefully that works out. We do have this space being rebuilt already, which is great. You've been abandoned because of high taxes. You've been abandoned because of high tax. Really? I might legitimately need to go and start working in another city because what I'm realizing is I think we need to lower the taxes for, oh God, am I really about to say lower the taxes for the rich? I think that's what we might need to do though. I think we might need to go and lower the taxes for the rich. And you can, if you get a Department of Finance, you can break the tax brackets right down so that the wealthy pay less tax than the poor. Oh God. It feels like I'm playing Democracy 3 all over again. Oh man. Democracy 3, by the way, one of my favorite games that I've ever played in the channel. Did it years and years ago. It is just a political simulator. There's like there's no 3D world to go in. It's just charts and icons and stuff like that. But you can set up some ridiculous scenarios. There was a standalone expansion for it called Democracy 3 Africa, where you could play as a bunch of African nations. And I played as, I think I played, who did I play? I don't know who I played as. I played as one of them that was exceptionally poor, and I managed to turn it into like a socialist utopia, and the people just loved and adored me. It was great, to be honest. I do love a good political simulator, but I think in this day and age, I don't really feel like playing a political simulator on the channel. Let's just say that I did once try to play a certain first world country, and I did try to do something quite controversial to one of their amendments, and I was assassinated for it. That is a thing that can happen. You can be assassinated. If the people dislike you that much, you can be assassinated, and I was. So, yeah, it's maybe that's maybe a game I'm going to avoid. What are you guys unhappy about? Need freight going out of business. Oh no. That's a bit of a problem. I don't like that. We're also apparently running into issues with, yeah, we have a water shortage. Wow. Okay. Do we still have a ton of pollution here? We kind of do, but I think that's kind of safe. I think we'll be okay putting a water thing right there. I am curious though. If I expand that road to there, can I get another one? Is there room for it? No, not really. I mean, I could expand that road. Can I connect those? I can expand it back here. That might be an interesting spot to try and get some water. I absolutely can. So let's do that. And let's do that. And let's do that. How much are these things? I can afford them. Water is something I don't think we can afford to, be cheap on, right? So we'll do okay. I think we're doing just fine. In fact, I think we're doing so well with Nerdberg that I think the best thing we could do right now is leave Nerdberg where it is. And I think we need to go out to the region. I mean, we have all these problems. We have demand for mega towers. I kind of want to build one. I do. I just think what we should do is come back to Nerdberg at some point, because mega towers, they are so cool. They're such a cool thing. You know, you can kind of see what it looks like in the picture there, and you know, you can see how big the footprint is for a mega tower. We could reasonably build one if we got rid of some roads, and I'm not against doing it. I think we will probably come back to Nerdberg and build a mega tower. I just want to go and build another city because I want to have a separate population from Nerdberg that can commute here and work here and shop here and be tourists here, so that both cities can work off of each other to continue making money. And then we can build a mega tower to really bump up the population, maybe a standard mega tower here and an elite mega tower in that other city. I think that'd be kind of cool. The other thing to keep in mind is there are so many specializations here, right? Trading is not really a specialization. I don't know why I clicked on that, but things like electronics. So a processor factory. If I could get another medium tech industrial building, I can get a processor factory, which will use plastic and alloy to make processors, which I can then sell. I don't know if I can trade between my cities. I think I can, but essentially what I could potentially do is I could use an oil refinery to get plastics, and I could use, I guess, what is this? A metals HQ. Oh. I mean, if I get this, I can get the smelter, so that would get me some metal and alloy. So long story short, I could go into making all these things to export for more profits. It's not the end of the world if Omega runs out, but if I use all the ore for Omega, it is a problem. But on top of that, culture itself, tourism, stadiums, attractions, and worship, it's all a form of tourism. It can bring people in that can make money. Gambling is another ridiculous way to make money. You can make a lot of money off of casinos. So all of this stuff is stuff that I want to do. I just think we need a second city. So we're going to leave Nerdberg where it is. I think the next city, if we go out to the region, could be maybe Elm Grove. It is very flat. There's a little bit of a water connection. I'm tempted by Elm Grove just because I kind of like the idea of building not necessarily a touristy city, but I like the idea of building something that maybe has a bunch of casinos, and we can maybe use the highway as almost like a Vegas strip kind of thing and just put a bunch of casinos along there, and then a bunch of people living right back here. So I think Elm Grove is where we're going to go. And it's also important to keep in mind, Elm Grove does have a rail connection right there. It obviously has this road connection straight over to our neighbors that looks pretty cool off in the distance there, I'm not going to lie. So this is good. This is going to be a really great spot. We just need to build the city and figure out where everything goes. We need to see where where the wind is blowing in here as well. I assume it's to the right, so we can do all of our industry down here at this end. And yeah, this is going to be good. Although, you know what it's time for? It is time for another city name. So get your suggestions in on this video. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to be playing a lot of SimCity, so it's going to be a couple of episodes before we get to it, but we will get around to renaming Elm Grove to something that you suggest in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.